Hello, everyone. Yes, I know it's been a minute, and I do apologize for that. A friend of mine even asked me, "Are you like a 1 week YouTuber?" No, I am not. I'm really not like a 1 week YouTuber. I think the biggest thing that has me in a chokehold is this need to be perfect. Like, I want the editing to be right. And I know nothing about editing. So I probably need to just leave that alone. Just put the message out there and just keep it pushing. And another thing that I'm struggling with is because I'm so passionate about this, because I really want to do this, I just want to make sure that the things that I'm presenting, the things that I'm saying, the things that I've been researching and so forth, I just want to make sure that it's reaching the targeted audience. The people that I want to impact. I want to make sure that I'm just saying the right things to them. It's not, that part is not from a standpoint of wanting to be perfect. That is just, it's something about when you say something to people or when you share something with people, it can have a negative impact on them, or it can have a positive impact on them. It can make situation better, or it can make situation worse, because just like the Bible says, there's power in the tongue. There's life and death in the tongue. So I just want to make sure that I'm not up here just doing this for doing this sake, because again, it is a passion for me. This is something that I truly want to do, and I truly want to connect with people in the right way. But today I want to ask y'all, like, what are you doing now? Like, what, like, your now moment, like, what are you doing? And the definition of now, it's at a present time or moment. And the word present, it's in a particular place, and that's the adjective. And for the noun of it, it's a period of time occurring, like a period of time now occurring, right? So the reason why I'm asking that is, some of us, listen, we are so behind, we're so stuck in our past, or we keep lingering there, or we're projecting so much to the future. We want a better future than the one that we are having now. But I think where we go wrong in that is like, and I'm not saying you're supposed to get like your past experiences or the things that happened to you or whatever. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to put together here for you, there's no way that you can completely forget your past. But your past has some impact on how you're living now. Your past will have some impact on how you proceed into the future, And I think that when we are trying to reflect or go back to our past, I think where we get stuck is the fact that we have not really truly moved on. You're supposed to basically just go back to your past, pick up a lesson, use it in the present as a reflection of some sort, and then proceed. And for example, okay, because of certain traumas or because of certain experiences that people have when they were younger, or last year or the year before, or even last week, because last week is the past, right? Yesterday is the past. The reason why we want to have certain careers or how we choose to live in this very moment, it was because of something that happened in the past. We want to be happier now because the past was so unhappy. We want to heal now because the past was so traumatic, you know. You want to be a better student right now, a better business person, because you lost so much money in the past in going after your dreams. You were such a terrible student back then because probably you weren't studying, whatever the case may be. So now you remember, like, it was because I wasn't studying why I did not pass that class. So now in this present moment, in order for me to pass this class, I know I need to be studying. But we go back to the past and we're like, you know what? I can't believe I didn't get an A. Oh my gosh, I worked so hard for the A and I didn't get it. And you're just there. You're just in your mind. You're just there, going over. I probably should have did this. I probably should have did that. And when you look, 2 hours pass. It's like when we go on social media, we go up there to watch like one reel that our friend sent us, but then we're just scrolling. And by the time you look, it's 2 hours, it's 4 hours, you know. If it's nighttime, you're scrolling so much, by the time you're supposed to fall asleep, you're falling asleep at 4 a.m. when you're supposed to be getting up at 6, you know. So when we keep living our same experiences in our now, I'm really trying to say this how it's supposed to be said. When we keep doing the same things that we have been doing, hoping for different results, it's never going to happen. And you have to be realistic with yourself in that regard, you know, because like I just said, you're scrolling on social media for hours, right? Knowing that you have work tomorrow, and then tomorrow that's gonna be your now, right? The thing that you're doing right now in this moment, it's affecting you. You did it last week, you did it last month, and now you're still doing it now, knowing that tomorrow you're gonna wake up late because you went to bed too late. You're gonna be too tired at work. You're gonna lash out on everybody because you did not get enough sleep. You might end up having to rush to drop your kids off or whatever, or you still think that, oh, I'm gonna stop for a coffee break because I'm already late. Then when you get there, now your boss is chewing you out, your supervisors are chewing you out, and all of that. Or when your paycheck is late because they deducted that from your time. So now you're spiraling. You're spiraling. And then you probably want to blame everybody else, but you have not taken into accountability that this was on you. You did this last month. You did this last night, and you did it the night before, and you did nothing to change it in your now, your tomorrow, which is going to become your now. And then we have persons that in this now moment, oh, when I get to 30, I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to do generational wealth. You know, when I get to 30, I'm supposed to have a house and a car and whatnot. And we keep projecting to that future. You know, we keep imagining what that future is. But what are you doing now? What are you doing now about that future that you want to have? Because sitting here in this now moment, keep projecting and keep lingering in your past, you will have none of that by the time you get to 5 years and 6 years. And it's okay to have goals, but at the same time, if you are not living in your now, if you're not existing in your now, if you are not trying to put certain steps in place in your now, when you get to that 10 years or that 5 years from now and you realize like you have been living the same way that you have been living from last year and the month before and the year and the year and the year before, You cannot get angry at people. You have to take some form of accountability for that, you know? So, what are you doing now? Are you still somewhere just lingering in your past? Are you still somewhere stuck there? Or are you so far ahead in your future that you are not giving your present moment any time of day? Because it's gonna be a cycle. At some point in time, you have to snap out of the past, and you have to just stop giving too much energy to the future. It's not there yet, and we might not get there. So you have to find a way to dwell in your now. You have to find a way to work on your now, to live in your now. And again, past experiences, yes, they did happen to you, but that's not who you are. A lot of people become their traumas, become their experiences, and a lot of people skip over their now, you know, because they want to get to this big, brighter, better future, because the now is just not where you want to be. But the future, it doesn't exist yet. And your future is gonna be, when you get there, that's gonna be your now moment. And I really hope I'm making sense in what I'm saying. So whatever is holding you back in your past, it's not you. Because the more you stay there relinquishing and, you know what I'm saying, getting angry or whatnot, that's gonna become you. So when you start lashing out at people because somebody did something to you back then, but what you don't realize is the fact that I survived that. I'm no longer there. I'm no longer that person. I'm here now. I survived the trauma, whether it was psychological, it was sexual, it was physical, whatever it is, you're here now. That means you survived it. You're here now. So is it that you're gonna let the past rob you of the now? Is it that you're gonna let, because a man or a woman, they beat on you so bad, you know, they played with your mind so bad, you know, that in this present moment you won't take the time to just love on yourself, not become what they did to you. There's people out here right now that's, you know, inflicting sexual trauma on people because somebody did that to them, you know. They don't realize, like, hey, I survived that. And what I went through, I would never want to put nobody else through it. But what they did was they got stuck there. So they became their trauma. And now they're the perpetrator. They're the predators. But they will never say to themselves, like, you know what, even though that happened to me, I had no business doing that to somebody else. I had no business doing that to somebody else. They will never take accountability for it. You've been in domestic violence situation, and now you're with somebody that, you know, want to love on you, want to take care of you, but you're still stuck hiding and fidgeting and jumping and all that kind of stuff, just to relinquish that trauma. Don't suppress it or anything. Just accept it. It happened. You're here now, so you survive. And that means you can do something with it. You can start living now. Oh, you had the worst childhood ever. Your childhood was so terrible. My mama used to whoop my butt all the time. Like, sometimes I did not like that lady growing up. Like, I did not. But I'm grown now. And me still thinking, oh, my mama hated me so much. Mommy hated me so much. Like, I just can't seem to function. I'm just so tense. And that tenseness, that anger, that feeling like my mama should have been better, my daddy should have been better to me and whatnot. We hold on to it so closely, so tightly, that we don't see that we are becoming our parents in how we treat our child, in how we treat other people's kids. We don't see that holding on to so much baggage is the reason why we are stuck in our now and we're wanting to get to a better future so bad. But that can't happen unless you get out of the past and, again, stop projecting yourself into the future. What can I do now? Oh, I want to be a millionaire 10 years from now. Okay, that's 10 years from now. You know how many people said that? Like, when they get to 65, oh, I'm going to go take a cruise. I'm going to be sailing around the world and whatnot. By the time they get to 62, they sick. Dead before 65. And all that money that they saved, all those plans that they made, now people have to take you and bury you. Or your family have you a fight over it and all of them kind of something. There's a lot of people that, because you don't know that future that you be want. Oh yes, it's fine to have goals. It's fine to see yourself a couple years from now and whatnot. But don't get so caught up in that future that you forget to live in your now, to enjoy your now. The cruise that you want to save up to go take at 65, if you can do it now, do it. That $1 million that you're trying to save up when you get to 5 years from now and all of that, if there's something that you want to do now, don't wait until 5 years or 2 years. Do it now. If there's something, again, you can have goals. There's nothing wrong with having goals, because when you have your goals set up, at least you can step out of your now for a little bit and be like, am I on the right track to where I want to be 5 years from now? Like, the things that I'm doing now, is this going to make me a millionaire when I get to 10 years from now or 5 years from now? But you can't get stuck there. You got to come back into your now. And when you ask yourself that question, is the things that I'm doing now, will that be able to like set me up with my goals? Will my goals be accomplished? If when you step out of yourself and ask that, and nothing that you're doing now is reflecting that, that means you're too focused on the future. You're not putting enough attention on your now. The now that you are in right now. When you think of what happened to you last year, or the mistake that you made last year and last month and last week, when you think about those and you come back to your now, are you elevating out of those experiences? Are you turning those experiences into real tangible things in your now? Are they being useful into your now? And if they're not, if for some reason when you think about your past experiences, your past traumas, or like your past strategies, whatever you used to do back then, yesterday, the day before, if when you think of it in your now, it makes you so mad, it makes you so angry, it makes you sad, it makes you depressed, that means is either you have to just accept it and let it go right then and there. If what's gonna happen when you get out of this now and get to the future now, you're still gonna be in the same place that you were last week. And that's why a lot of us, we don't really accomplish anything. When we look and we see our classmates, you know, we and these people were in the same class doing the same thing, and now they're living out their dreams some type of way and whatnot. And it just seems like you are going in a circle. Go inwards, because you are still doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. You're doing past things or future things in your now. And that's why you keep getting stuck somewhere. What is it, whatever goals or whatever you have, what are you doing right now in this moment? Whether you want to be happier, you want to be healthier, you know, you want to be more financially stable, you want to make a difference somewhere, you have certain things, you want to buy land, you want to buy a house and all of that. What are you doing now to make that happen? What are you doing now? Take a step out of your past, come back from the future, and settle right here in your now, and think to yourself, everything that happened last year, am I in the same place right now? Everything that I want to get to in the future, am I doing anything? Am I working on anything that will set me up for that? A month from now, 2 months from now, 5 years, 6 years from now. If you don't accomplish anything else tomorrow, will you be okay with the life that you are living now? With things, you know, are you okay with how you are living now? How you okay with your mental state, your financial state, and what? And when I say this is another thing. When I say this, it's not for you to get anxious or fearful or start getting vexed. I just feel like time I run out. No. When you think about the future too much, that's where a lot of anxiety comes in. That's where a lot of fear comes in. When you get stuck in the past, that's where your anger comes from, your depression comes from, your resentment comes from, your unforgiving ways come from. So, this moment right here that you're watching this video, what are you doing now? Are you stuck somewhere from last year, from last month, what that person did to you, what that person didn't do? Or is your now so stressful and you just can't believe it, and you just wish, I wish I had, I wish I. And 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 3 months from now, may I go. But what is it that you have now? What can you do now? So, I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna speak on this some more because like there's a lot of things to break down here, but I want y'all to just take a moment and just really think about the things that I've said. Think about your now moments. Think about the things that are holding you back or pulling you to when you should be here, being present, being thankful, being grateful, you know, tweaking certain things that didn't work out before, you know. And you were, you know, like you were so depressed last year. You were so depressed last month, and it was such a waste of time and such a waste of energy. You know what I'm saying? So when you come up out of it now, what are you doing with that? You came out of it. You came out of that depression. You know, what do you want to do about it now? What do I want to focus on now? Or what made me so depressed that all the last month nobody not hear from me, or me just lie down in bed, decide me not bathe, me not brush my teeth, me not do nothing with myself? Like, what happened? And how can I work on that going forward? I made a vision board saying 6 months from now I'm gonna be doing that. Is the things that I'm doing right now, does that have me on track to getting anything on this vision board sorted? I've made goals and all of that. Like, you know, I want to be a better person. I want to work on myself. I want to let go of this anger and this regret and all of that. Did I accomplish that? No, you know, what's happening now? Think about all the work that you put in on yourself, and like if somebody come and says something to you, like, do you still fly off the hinges, or do you, and you, or you have to go somewhere and breathe and whatnot because, you know, I'm punching them in their face? You know what I'm saying? So now you know, like, you still got work to do. What are you doing now in this very moment? Come on, let's talk about it.